I've got him cornered. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Welcome everyone to another devlog, and this will be actually the final devlog for pre-release, meaning that we are very, very close. So the first question you are all going to have is, oh my god, Bornius, but when is the release? The release should happen within the next week and a half at the latest. Oh my god, surprising news! But the EA has already started, so there's no point hiding it anymore. Um, scheduled release date is on the 1st of April, and we are hoping that everything's gonna be patched, fixed, and bug-free by then. But what you are going to get is something amazing. Now, me and Min have been in this world mining for 17 years and 31 days. And we're finally coming out of the caves. We're making it out of the caves with this one. Alright, alright. What's that? Do you also hear sounds? Almost like voices. How about we just get out of here? See the sun again, you know? I really like our mine. I feel like it's beautiful. Built this out by hand. Oh my god, what is this? Where are we?
Born.
So yeah, we're back in the dwarf village, and we're here to show you some new additions as well as some new cool stuff. So first of all, we have the guard base, a new type of trader actually, and it's this little guy right here, Brandar. So Brandar here is a battle will trainer, which means that for money you can like trade in your battle will manuals. As you level him up, you can also get more battle will manuals and other cool stuff. So let's start off by getting me a little spatial bag again. And oh my god, I'm so rich. Also these tool rack, very nice, very nice. You can put your own swords in there. You can clean money, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna buy a few dummies and see what happens once we level this guy up. And boom, you can actually buy not just random battle will manuals, but also specific ones like aura sword and instant move. In this case, of course. Just gonna buy as many as possible. And now I can directly learn this. Boom! Boom, baby! And once he levels up, he gets even more cooler stuff. Let's buy some more, like the aura sword. I'm charging up my aura! It's over 9,000! Oh my god. And now we can buy even more stuff because he's now a journeyman. So we can buy a form hide, aura slash. Oh, I'm out of silver, I believe. There we go. And now we have even more stuff to buy. And like with other traders, this goes until max level. You know, you can buy aura shield and air flight, all very cool battle wills. This guy is kind of the centerpiece for the guard building. He's surrounded by different guards, and guards are a new dwarf profession. Guards will wander around the village and attack mobs that are hostile towards dwarves. Now, this can include any type of zombies to certain tensura mobs. There we go. See how they work together? One guy absolutely spams them into a corner and the other one throws a spear at him. That's some true teamwork. I'm serious, this is a very, very good result. Now, these are just 2 of the 4 new professions for dwarves. To rephrase, there are the battle will manuals, battle will trainers. Then next up we have the guards, which I've already mentioned, and now we'll go over to lumberjack in our documentary nature called Observing the Dwarves. Here we observe a dwarf cutting down trees. His kind are called the lumberjacks. Once placed, the sawmill is going to make a profession, and he's gonna get a job. Finally, he can move out of his parents' bedroom. Once he gets a job, he starts cutting down trees. Quite aggressively, might I add. While at it, he also plants new trees. How world-friendly. This is going to stop the climate from getting hotter. It's actually quite brilliant. He's still a bit confused, so he does a few circles left and right before finding his next target, that beautiful oak tree. He obviously has a preference for cutting down oak. I totally get it, 'cause fuck birch. And we are back. So, how'd you like the lumberjacks? I personally found them to be very interesting creatures. And then next up and last up, we have the merchants. Now, merchants are trader dwarves. We just have to find one of them. They do often get lost. Merchants are dwarves who will be in cards. They're going to be used for coin converting as well as monster drop selling. Here we have a merchant card as well as a Pegasus, and this is one of the dwarfs, so he is going to be accepting trades for different coins, low quality magic crystals, so you can finally sell those. I know, right? Very exciting. Low potions, as well as different trades for coins, like previously mentioned. Very cool. And if for some reason he does happen to die, there's always a Pegasus here. And I feel like we all love Pegasus. So is that even the... They don't take fall damage. That's very cool. And so you can put armor on them. They're basically horses with wings. Everything someone would ever dream of. And once you're on them, you can just fly. It's such a beautiful day. The sun's up. This place is absolutely gorgeous, and we're being attacked by dire wolves. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these dire wolves to our dwarf guards, and then we're gonna see what happens there. Go, men, go! Protect the village! Oh, one of them goes down. And then they absolutely duke out the second one. Doesn't matter that they have skills, they are just dead. And now the horse is attacking the training dummy. That's brilliant. And our new training dummy block. So we have our own training dummy, so we don't need to use the buggy mod. And the cool thing about these dummies is that they will show every type of damage in correct colors. So for example, if we were to use something like a fire lance, it would do fire and blue for magic damage. If we were to use physical, it would do physical. It's our own version of the training dummy, because obviously these guards need to get very strong to protect the village. So it makes a lot of sense for them to have some cool training dummies. Ooh, look at that. Very nice. Oh yeah. You see that berserker thing? Very cool. Very kawaii. But with this, as you can see, all of the damage will be displayed correctly. No more bugging out, lagging, wrong numbers being displayed, or any issues. You can now properly see what your damage is like, and I feel like that's something everyone will appreciate. Now, next up, we have a new system to talk about with these dwarf villages. Now, a problem with Minecraft in general is that you can just very, very easily abuse these villagers, and they're gonna just let you because they're not smart enough to do anything against that. Dwarves, though, they're a bit different. Dwarves now have a reputation, and they will gossip and talk about the player and all of their actions. For example, if you hit a dwarf that isn't tamed while there's another untamed dwarf nearby, they're going to dislike that. That's going to give you negative reputation. So if you attack one of these, you're going to get a lower reputation. Now, you can check your reputation by doing the command tensura get stat Corneus reputation. And now my reputation, which was on 80 before, and probably rose up by a bit, has gone down. Let's do that again, just so we have a frame of reference. Now, after killing those 3 dwarves, my reputation has gone down from 81 to 79. Every time you kill a dwarf, you get a -1 to your dwarf reputation. Since the 3rd dwarf I killed didn't have anyone nearby to see that, it didn't count. So I guess the point is, if they don't see it, they don't care. Exactly. So as long as no one pays attention, just killing them like this is going to be just fine. Now, obviously, since there's ways to lose this reputation, there should also be ways to gain it. For that, every time you get a dwarf to level their trader level, you get 0.1 dwarf reputation. So every time you level up a dwarf through trading, or for example by saving them from a mob, you are going to get positive reputation. Now, could we have a little monster here that I could save? The thing is, they have to be specifically targeting the dwarf, so just killing them nearby won't really help. But I'm sure if there were, for example, a whole bunch of zombies or something, that might totally help. Nope, they're totally ignoring them. Holy shit. Alright, this is gonna have to be changed a bit. This can't be. And time rewind. Cha-ching. So we're back with a new plan. And even though mobs do absolutely love prioritizing players, I figured out how to do this while actually showing off the system properly. I'm just gonna go invisible. Oh, there we go. I also killed the dwarf for that. Oh my god, my reputation has gone up, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, there we go. We're farming it up real quick. I'm on 84 now. All we need is like 17 more creatures, and we got it. I cast Fireball! 87! Man, the end justifies the means, you know? Don't worry about it too much. Now we're on 91.24. So every time you save a dwarf by killing a monster that's targeting it, you get 1 dwarf reputation. Every time you level up a dwarf's trader level, that gives you 0.1 reputation. Every time you trade with a dwarf in a buying trade, you get 0.05 BR. Very nice, very nice. And now we're on 94.24. Oh my god, the onslaught is amazing. What is this? It's like we're totally not just creating them right here. And with that, our reputation has reached 100. Once you reach 100 dwarven reputation, something quite special happens. First of all, you're going to get a discounted price for 0.5% for each point you have. So this should already mean that I have a 50% discount. If you have 100, you can also do something very special, and it has to do with that beautiful, beautiful tower up there. Now this is the royal tower of the dwarven village. With this, you can get to a very special place. We're gonna start by going inside. Inside, you will find multiple different guards who are going to be protecting the area. It's filled with different copper and oxidized copper grates for whatever reason. I mean, the dwarves do stuff as they like, but there is some loot here, and we do like loot. And since I did need a tiny bit of bread, this is very useful. Then we can go up this beautiful circular tower to get to level number 1. And this is where the dwarves sleep. So you're going to notice that there's a bed and there's a loot chest for each of the beds. holding in some cool stuff like monster leather, normal leather, sticks, iron ingots, weapons of sorts. It's all very useful for new players. But once you get to the top, that is where the main topic of today's video is waiting for us, and that is this dwarven warpad. So there's only two ways to go through this, and one of them is at 100 dwarven reputation. So once we go through that, we get teleported into this arena. Today's boss, and the newest and one of best bosses yet, at least animation wise, we have Gazel Dwargo. In this arena, where only one of us is going to come out victorious, he speaks to you as you approach him. Isn't this our national hero, Borneus? Come, let us discuss. Alright, King. The arena is actually quite massive, and we can approach the king in his seat. You can see that he has 3,000 HP, 3,600 SHP, 60 armor, 300,000 MP, and 736,000 aura points. Because this guy is just farming aura. In total, that makes 1 million EP. And once we right click, he speaks to you. Oh, you want to have a training fight? Let's get into it. This will now start a fight. Oh my god! And I get absolutely murdered. This just goes to say that you don't fuck with this guy. Very cool moves, very dangerous moves, and I will obviously need to get a tiny bit stronger for this. So let's start the training montage. 7 years later, 25 deaths and 35 Hinata kills later, I finally come back. I am this time ready to fight the king. I will aura farm. Boom, baby. I've also actually equipped armor this time. I kind of forgot about it last time. I was trying to look cool, alright? Now, an important thing to also note about this teleport is that it only allows one player inside. So Min is going to have to teleport in with a command, and as long as you don't kill Gazel, it's going to play this as if it was the first time. So I'm gonna eat an enchanted golden apple before, and I'm gonna turn on analyst. Also unique skill, analyst, you know, you gotta appreciate it. Alright, man. Let's fight. Never mind. Time rewind! Further 17 years later, I've come back. I've obtained the necessary power to beat this man, and it's clone creation. Now, let us fight, king. Oh god, I'm worried I'm still gonna get fucked. So he has plenty of different abilities, as well as some really cool. Oh my god, my guy got absolutely murdered. Create greater undead. Fight, fight, men, fight! Protect me. I can't even hit him. He's too powerful. I actually can't beat him. Go, men, go! Yeah, fuck that. Absolute Severus for the win! Never mind, I still can't beat him. He's too powerful! Yeah, so as you can see, Gazel is an absolute beast. And fighting him is not a joke. Absolutely not. So even as a divine with like 3 million EP, I'm still having a very hard time with him. Obviously this is partially due to unpreparedness. I'm just gonna hit the dude with a fireball. Fireball! Oh god. I'm gonna need some more potions. Please no, mister! Oh shit. And I'm about to get fucking... Oh my god, I got I got ended. I got ended. And in we go again! Now this is try number 5. Gazel is not a joke. Also has to partially do with my own skills, but... Ah, there we go. That's right. You better get fucked now, bitch. Body control! Wait, no. Glow creation! Fight him, man! Oh my god. That attack is so dangerous. I cannot predict where this dude is gonna be coming from. Did you just one-shot him? Clone creation! Clone creation! Go, man! Oh my god. He's absolutely murdering them. Flame wall! See, this guy is no joke, and above that, you definitely need arcane potions, because he does some insane damage. But as you can see, he does have a lot of HP, so he's very tanky too. We're back at it again. Try number 17. Like every time I die, I feel like I hear the sound in my head. It's been getting kind of weird. That's alright. We're gonna buff ourselves properly. So let's go. Kame! Boom! Alright. Severance coat. And then, right? Then we do Aura Sword. And we go speak to our boy. You can tell. So one of his moves, or at least like one of the main ones, is most definitely that aura thing where he just teleports and then does a massive attack, which is like such a scary attack when you think about it. Go, man! Oh shit. Oh my god. So in his next phase, he does some very strong attacks. Oh shit. As you can see, running from him doesn't really help because he just teleports after you. He can destroy those clones with ease. And he absolutely ruined my armor. Alright. Oh no, he's gonna be teleporting? Ah! So even hiding behind... Oh shit, he has the petals. Now, with the petals, he can do a very special attack. And as you can see, that is the 8 Blossom Petal Flash. Or the double Cherry Blossom 8 Petal Flash. It's one of his 2 battle wills. And honestly, I feel like it's about time I end this. So I'm gonna do it. Summon Archdemon! Come to me! Oh my god! As you can see, even an Archdemon is nothing in the face of this man. I'll be real, I'm not skilled enough to do this. But that's fine, because my guys are... Beat him down! Beat him down, man! An absolutely massive amount of really cool movements. From the teleport to, as you've seen it for multiple times, that massive ground slash. But even then, he is too tough. But Gazel is an absolutely, definitely one of the stronger bosses so far. This guy will need a lot of prep time. This is not the Orc Lord or, I don't know, Charybdis, where one ability might carry you to it. This is an actually intelligent enemy who can teleport, move just as quickly as you, and he is probably stronger than you as well. So, I mean, come help me. I summon you, Divine General Min! I can't even hit him. He got this, Min. Oh no. I got murdered. So as you can see, even with plenty of strong abilities, it does not guarantee you will win. But now let's we should skip over to the part where we talk about what happens after you win this battle. So Min and I are going to be switching roles. I'm going to be on the spectating side, whilst he focuses on fighting Gazel. And I'm very excited to see how he's gonna do, because I got absolutely destroyed. I am not good enough to do that. Alright, yeah. So, he's just gonna have to buff himself up a little bit. Probably should have done too. I should have done that too. Because obviously there are the spectral magic types for buffing your speeds, your defense, your attack, as well as plenty of skills. So what maybe happened is that I was maybe a bit underprepared, even with all of the power in the world. But Min is here, and he's gonna show me the way. Here we see Min Aragon walking to the king of Dwargon. Yes, show your respect to the king. Look at this guy, he looks very cool. And his sword, very auriful. And now the king is ready to fight. We see Hellflare being used here. Already smarter than me, I should have used that too. We see absolute severance. But he just teleports and breaks Min's armor. We see another Hellfire being used here. But does that really matter in this case? The king is a bit down, but Min is being hit by all of those hard-hitting attacks. We hear another thing breaking. I'm assuming that's his armor once again. Another Hellflare is being used here, but Gazel doesn't seem very very much hurt by that. Some damage is being dealt. Min's abilities consist of various buffs and Hellflare as his main ability, as well as the black flame fireball. And Gazel is slowly being damaged, but I don't know if I don't know what Min's magical reserves are looking like. That's the thing with infinite regeneration. It's so good, but it uses so many magicules. And he seems to be on the lower side of the battle. Gazel is about 40% down. And once he reaches 50%, he goes into his second phase. Now, this is the phase where he can use 2 new abilities, which I will go through in a second. So first of all, we have Plum Blossoms, 5 Petals Thrust. And we'll wait for that to see what that specifically looks like. Ah yeah, there it is. And with that, he is going to very quickly move towards the enemy in a 15 block radius and deal 100 damage plus the user's attack damage, obviously, ignoring armor and shield to like any target in that line. Afterwards, one of the petals is going to linger behind him for 1 minute, and during this time, each direct melee attack the user takes is negated for 5 times till the flower is out of petals. This means that for that time, or for those attacks, he is effectively immortal, but even with 4 clones, and then once the king is beaten, the user will gain those 2 battle wills. And we have the winner! Bam, bam, bam. Now the king is no longer here, but we can take his place. But anyways, we are here, and now we can look at what Gazel drops. What are those? So first of all, we have Ruch. This is it a unique weapon? I'm pretty sure it's a unique weapon. Wielded by Gazel. And this weapon has 52 attack damage, 1.8% attack speed, so absolutely busted. But it also has some really good buffs like extra sweeping damage, critical attack chance, damage multiplier, as well as an entity interaction range, so it can attack multiple entities. One more thing to note, ooh, yeah, that's very cool. One thing to note about this specific fight is that other players cannot join in. If you try to do so, you will be rejected. And you don't want that, right? Exactly. Now, let's look at this battle manual. 5 petals thrust. Dash and pierce the opponent in 5 of 10 vital points and uses the other 5 as feints. Let's learn that. And now this is available for learning. And you can see the beautiful icon. Now, if we manage to learn that, if you spend a lot of time on it, or of course you just, we'll call it cooldown max, boom, we learn it. And now we can place one of our beautiful dummies and then see exactly what we're up against here. Now, with this 5 petals thrust, we are once again going to charge that for 4 seconds. And you can see the petals are behind us, very auraful. And then we deal 200 damage. And this is true damage, so it's not just damage reduced by armor, it's true physical damage. Very nice though. It costs 8,000 aura points, and you can shift click. So I still have the flower behind me, and then we can show how that works. Can you hit me a few times? So as you can see, with one hit, 2 of the petals have disappeared. 1 last petal remains. And if you crouch and then click the ability again, you can disable the petal from being behind you and, you know, protecting you. But yeah, the flower will linger for a minute, and it is going to negate direct / melee damage for 5 times. Now, with a mastery effect, you can also charge this. So can you please set my mastery to max? Thank you. Yeah, so once you master this ability, you can charge the attack up to 12 seconds, and the attack gains 25 more damage each second. Now, once the power skill is maxed, we go through it, and that's 400 pure damage. Absolutely beautiful. And it also allows us to learn the next battle will double Cherry Blossoms, 8 Petal Flash. And 8 Petal Flash is an instant upgrade, in my opinion. So when held down with a sharp weapon in either hand, it will form a pink blossom. So once you can start charging it, and it's once again up to 4 seconds. This will reduce your damage by 75%, and once you release it, it will instantly allow you to move forward in 20 blocks and deal 200 damage plus your weapon attack. So that was 300 damage right there. And these petals will also follow you once again behind, and it will protect you from physical attacks. So you can see that I only take 1 damage when I should probably be taking a lot more, which is absolutely busted. This will cost 10,000 AP, my apologies, and once you master this effect, you can charge it once again up to 12 seconds, so up to the max amount of 3 for the power skill. Each second you hold this, it will gain 50% more damage and cost 2,500 AP more. So that is 700 damage for that 8 petal flash. Now with this mastery effect, you can also consume 4 petals to perform the dash attack instantly with the same total AP cost and damage. So you can either use this for defense, or you can use it for absolute offense. So 700 damage, 700 damage, 700 damage. I feel like Mint's about to clap my ass. Ouch. 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 See, lots of damage, very, very dangerous, but in total, it will allow you to have a very good battle will, which is going to be good for both attack and defense. Yeah, it's basically an endgame battle will, and it will allow you to actually contend with tons of different bosses and creatures, as well as other players. So this is just a bit of our plan to make skills not be the main thing in this mod, but to also allow playthroughs where skills are not even granted. Because you should be able to decide, yes, I'm gonna have a magic only playthrough, and you should be able to get from the beginning to the end with magic only. Same with Battle World. Human supremacy, I mean. But yeah, that is it for both Gazel and the newest Battle Will / skills. Min has destroyed that. And now we can look at one final thing, and that will be an alternative way to enter this arena, which is going to be through negative dwarf reputation. Now, and we are very, very evil. We can go and murder basically everything. You know how I mentioned that for each of those dwarves you kill, you get -1 reputation. If you gain -100 dwarf reputation, just spawn a whole bunch of them. Yes, die! 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 Alright, reputation 56. Here we go. It's already 1/4 down. Some of you who've been following this mod for a while and are very active in both testing and Patreon and stuff will notice that your names are here. It'd be very cool for us to also explain how that system works. But there are definitely ways you can get your player name as one of the possible, or one of the races, and I feel like that's very cool. Now we're on -53. Alright, we're doing good, I reached -50, and at -50, a few things are going to happen. So first of all, dwarves will now not want to trade with you. Additionally, guards will start attacking you because you are now an enemy of the state. So if we go back to the guard outpost from before, you can see that they all try their very hardest to kill me, which, I mean, you can respect on some level, but absolute 7 takes the cake. Like favorability by far. Now, if you get to a -100 reputation with the dwarves, something else that's interesting will happen, and that is the dwarves will just never want to trade with you, and you will be an enemy forever. You will be ingrained into their memory as the man who has massacred dozens, becoming a legend, nightmare, or a scary story to be told to children at night. The man who killed. So yeah, once you gain -100 reputation, you can never regain your reputation unless you do a full reset, right, Min? So once you become a new person, you reincarnate again. That's when you can trade with the dwarves again. So I would suggest to not let your murderous impulses lead you, because it might lead to you just never being able to interact with these guys as your character. But I mean, it makes sense. Killing over 100 of them is definitely something. And there's only one more thing to show, and that is the unique well, not really unique, but the thing that happens when you enter this place as an enemy. Now, Gazel is actually dead, so I feel like we're gonna have to respawn him. Let me go. Let me go and see. Oh. Oh? Didn't think you would turn yourself in like this. Fine. I will handle you myself. And Gazel will be immediately very aggressive towards you. And he will try to kill you. But fear not, because I am very strong. We're gonna try out 8 petals. You're gonna get cooked, my guy. We're both charging it. We're both charging it. Wild. But I can't even see where he is. Damn. I got murdered. Yeah, Gazel is an absolutely monstrous entity, very strong, and what I'm gonna do is, I just want to show you guys one last thing, and that's going to be how, like the text that he prints when you do actually kill him, or slash beat him. So I'm gonna do Engrave Borneus, Kinsura, Energy Steel, 100. We're gonna try that again. He's just blocking my attacks like a G. Impossible! But he does lose because he's a loser, and once again we get the 5 petals thrust. And Gazel is the newest boss, and honestly, strength-wise, I would put him around Hinata, which is like crazy to think about, but I mean, he's up there. He's definitely stronger than all of the other ones. He might just be a tiny bit below Hinata, but definitely top 2. Harvest Festival, yeah, I guess we can show you guys this really cool new feature as well. I mean, if Min insists, we can put it in, you know. Say thank you to Min though. Finally, my ascension nears. My men protect me, and everything is almost ready. I shall now gain the power to protect what is mine, and to destroy my enemies. Among those, that wretched hero. Yeah, I'll just do an over like a voiceover of this part. Alright. Lizard Ma Orc Gabriru. I am now a demon lord. Cool ass demon slime, you know. I can become a god slime later. And yeah, so the thing that's been changed about Harvest Festival is that once you reach 20,000, you are forced into it, and then after a minute, you are forced into sleep mode. And after a further minute, you will start flying in the air, shining as you evolve. and at the same time, your subordinates will also be forced into sleep mode for that minute. If you are, during that time, killed, then you lose it all. So you better protect yourself and do this in a safe place. Make sure you have strong people nearby. This is here because first, lore accuracy, and secondly, it's just absolutely awesome. I mean, who doesn't want to just, you know, during their harvest festival, like start floating, put everyone into sleep mode? It's exactly as it happened in the anime, and hey man, don't be attacking my lizard ma. She's my grandma. Alright kids, it's time to tell you all a bed story. There was once a very mean hero, and he was very evil, and he killed my pig. That pig is in all of our hearts now. Amen and rip. Alright. Well, that was it from the Harvest Festival. Axel's gonna put you some extra information on the screen so you can read through it at your own pace. And that is going to be the end of this video. We've covered all of the biggest topics. And once again, the release is set for preferably the 1st of April, unless we find something critical, at which point it might be delayed by at most a few days. Most likely not, though. So look forward to it. It's going to be releasing on both CurseForge and Modrinth at the same time with the latest update. And it's going to be Neoforge and Fabric. Yes, very important to note. So you can play it with your Fabric mod pack. You can play it with a Neoforge mod pack. You can really mix and match. Now, one more thing to note is that after the mod releases, it is going to be updated in big blocks. So think Minecraft updates, just not as long. So maybe every few months to like maybe bi-yearly. Who knows how big we plan to make these updates. But each update will be packed full of new content. Like for example, the dwarf stuff would all probably come into one packet. The magic would have come into a different packet, and those two made this update. And so all future updates will be made like this. If you want to give us help with testing as well as support us, you always have the option to support us through Patreon. Users who go for Lesser Demon or above will in the future be also able to play the beta. So the way it's going to work is, while the official updates will be coming out in big blocks with a relatively large time skip between them, our beta testers will have weekly access to new content. So every time we add in the newest features, they're going to be there. This is also partially because we want to test all of that, and we don't really want to, you know, week after week put out new updates which might be buggy. So we'd like to keep our public updates as bug-free as possible. And yeah, beta server is very fun. We hold plenty of cool tournaments there, and it's kind of a do your own thing, so not too many rules, and that's where all of the coolest people are, as far as I know. So anyways, that will be all for today. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will be seeing you the day before the mod officially launches. I will be holding a big stream at twitch.com/born1uus. Make sure to make sure to hop in, and then we are going to be releasing the mod together, and then, you know, everything opens. Our official servers will also be open at that time. I'm gonna leave a link to them down in the description. We have a second Discord server dedicated specifically for Minecraft server hosting, where our servers are available to you. All servers are free to play. There's in total 5, 2 in the United States, 2 in Europe and one in Australia. And then, of course, with that, there is also the Patreon server, but that is for our Patreon members. So I wish you all a lovely rest of your week, and then I will be seeing you then. Goodbye. In the right corner, we have Gazel Dwargo, the king of the dwarf nation, the armed nation of Dwargon. And in the left corner, we have Hinata Sakaguchi, the lady, the myth, the legend. And those two are going to duke it out, and we're going to see once and for all who the stronger one is. I'm pretty sure you should just, wait. Good. Now, Gazel's going to be fighting himself, fighting against multiple different, spirits, which might be a slight issue for him. No, Lizard Moth! No! How could you do this? I left the power to turn that off. Oh, I did something. Oh, all of the spirits have now died. And now we just have the two of them fighting against each other. Who's going to win this duel to the death? We'll be seeing in a second. Hinata is already out of her first phase, while Gazel isn't even in the second one. Oh my god, he just blocked her magic! Did you see that? She was just about to hit him with a disintegrate, and she got absolutely fucked. That was incredible. I'll be real here. Gazel is more than a match for Hinata in this case. Maybe we should have him do like some of those gravity attacks we gave to the dwarf knight, the fucking earth spirit. Gazel wins. We have the winner of the strongest boss of Tensura 1.21.1. It's currently Gazel. Right, I can't even hit this guy. Alright. Axel, please make a training session thing out of like previous clips. I don't want to go re-equipping everything now. That's gonna last like another hour. But imagine if it was me instead of Gazel fighting Hinata. Take that as like me training, you know? Well, alright, I'm gonna stop recording now. So, love you, Axel. Bye bye.